Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a world where love letters were whispered scandals, wedding rings were studio property, and a kiss could make or break a career. Welcome to Hollywood marriage in the early 1900s, a glittering illusion built on celluloid dreams and carefully guarded secrets, where romance was both commodity and a risk, and where the private lives of stars were shaped as deliberately as the films they appeared in, because Hollywood marriage at the dawn of the 20th century was never just about love. It was about survival, image, power, and myth-making in an industry that was inventing itself in real time. At the turn of the century, as silent films flickered to life and motion pictures transformed from novelty to obsession, Hollywood emerged not merely as a place, but as an idea, and marriage within this new world followed rules very different from those of ordinary America, shaped by Victorian morals on one hand and ruthless commercial ambition on the other, with studios quickly realizing that audiences wanted stars who felt familiar, respectable, and aspirational, leading to the creation of carefully managed public personas in which marriage played a central role. Because a married star could appear stable and virtuous, while an unmarried one could be marketed as romantically available, and thus early Hollywood marriages often existed in a strange space between reality and performance, sometimes deeply affectionate, sometimes entirely strategic, and often hidden behind layers of contractual obligation. During the 1900s and 1910s, before the Hollywood studio system fully solidified, actors and actresses had more freedom than they would later enjoy, yet social expectations were far stricter, especially for women, as female stars were expected to embody purity and domestic virtue, even while working in a profession many still considered morally suspect, which meant marriage became a shield against gossip, a proof of respectability, and for many actresses, a necessary step to protect both reputation and career. While for male stars, marriage could enhance authority and maturity, presenting them as reliable leading men rather than reckless bohemians. However, as the industry grew and studios gained power, marriage increasingly became something to be approved, delayed, concealed, or even engineered by studio executives, who feared that the wrong relationship could alienate fans or spark scandal, and thus we see the rise of secret marriages, quick divorces, contractual clauses restricting relationships, and even lavender marriages, arrangements between gay stars and opposite-sex partners designed to protect careers in a society that criminalized and condemned homosexuality. The early 1900s were also marked by intense moral scrutiny, with religious groups, newspapers, and reformers watching Hollywood closely, ready to pounce on any hint of impropriety. And when scandals erupted, as they inevitably did, they reshaped how marriage was viewed in Hollywood, pushing studios to exert even tighter control over stars' personal lives, reinforcing the idea that marriage was not a private choice but a public asset or liability. Yet within this controlled environment, real love did exist, sometimes flourishing quietly, sometimes burning brightly and briefly, as couples navigated long shooting schedules, constant travel, and the pressure of fame in an era before privacy was a recognized right. When reporters could camp, outside homes and fan magazines dissected every glance and gesture, turning weddings into public spectacles and marital troubles into serialized drama for eager readers. It is also important to understand that Hollywood marriage in the 1900s reflected broader social changes happening across America, including shifting gender roles, urbanization, and the tension between traditional family structures and modern independence, as actresses began earning their own money, gaining public influence, and challenging the idea that marriage should define a woman's entire identity, even as the industry attempted to force them back into that mold through publicity narratives emphasizing domestic bliss. Many early Hollywood marriages were marked by significant age gaps, power imbalances, and economic dependence, particularly when young actresses married older directors, producers, or co-stars who controlled access to work, blurring the line between romance and professional necessity. And while some of these unions provided stability and mentorship, others became sources of exploitation and quiet suffering, rarely discussed openly at the time but deeply woven into Hollywood's foundation. Divorce, though legally available, carried heavy stigma in the early 1900s, and for Hollywood stars it was especially dangerous, as it could tarnish an image built on ideals of permanence and virtue, leading many couples to remain together unhappily or to separate discreetly without formal dissolution, while studios work behind the scenes to suppress damaging stories or spin them into narratives of misunderstanding and reconciliation. The fan magazines of the era played a crucial role in shaping perceptions of Hollywood marriage, presenting stars as fairy tale couples living perfect lives, complete with cozy homes and smiling children, even when reality was far messier. And these publications taught audiences how to dream about love through a Hollywood lens, blending romance, aspiration, and consumption, encouraging readers to buy not just movie tickets, but lifestyles modeled on their favorite stars' marriages. Race and class also deeply influenced Hollywood marriage in the 1900s, as interracial relationships were taboo and often legally prohibited, forcing stars of color into invisibility or limiting them to marriages within tightly controlled social circles, while white stars enjoyed a wider, though still policed, range of acceptable partnerships, reinforcing Hollywood's role in promoting a narrow, exclusionary vision of romance and family that mirrored broader social inequalities. As the silent era progressed toward the 1920s, Hollywood marriage became increasingly paradoxical, celebrated publicly yet constrained privately, idealized on-screen while regulated off-screen, with stars learning to live double lives, one for the camera and one for themselves. And marriage stood at the center of this balancing act, symbolizing both security and confinement, love and performance. Looking back, Hollywood marriages of the early 1900s reveal far more than gossip or nostalgia. They expose the origins of celebrity culture itself, showing how intimacy became spectacle, how personal choices were shaped by economic forces, and how the idea of romantic destiny was packaged and sold to millions, leaving a legacy that still influences how we view fame, relationships, and love today. Because even now, when we watch a celebrity wedding or scandal unfold across screens and headlines, we are witnessing an echo of those early Hollywood unions, born in an era when marriage was both a promise whispered between two people and a script written by an industry learning how to turn human emotion into timeless myth.